What?
Okay, we're recording. You're good.
God damn it, Cameron.
I told you I stopped the recording. Shut up. I'm not gonna sit there and take up 10 minutes of like dumpster taking a dump and conversation eating.
I know, but you could have done it before I started. That's all I'm saying.
You were like, okay, I'm starting.
I asked if everyone
End
was ready
quote.
to go.
I didn't listen to that. Sorry.
Well,
We're recording now.
I didn't listen to that. Fuck you, Josh.
Cameron was not, in fact, ready to go.
Oh, God. All right. As you all continue throughout the day, practicing, training, learning the surroundings and the people that are here, that are getting ready to do one of the craziest, toughest things that is possible in this land. You start to make a little bit of small talk with some of the other people around here. Pocket, you go and you find Marin once more, and you talk to her a little bit, and she apologizes for being how she was earlier. She just every morning she has a routine. You learn that she is a bard, in fact.
I knew it.
And she has a routine every morning where, with breakfast, she hums to herself to practice her exercises, or else the rest of the day she is not as powerful in her skills as she can be. So she kind of comes off rude whenever people try to come up to her whenever she's in the middle of her exercises. So
Did you say she was human?
yes, she is a human female with
Making sure.
pretty bright blonde hair, a little bit shorter, kind of fastled on the back in a bun, with a reddish bluish hat on, and wearing at breakfast she was just wearing a kind of tunic with pants that kind of resembled something like nightwear or gym jams.
Jim Jams.
But now she is wearing a studded leather armor, and it has been dyed with different blues and reds to kind of form a kind of purple in the middle, and then come back out to the blues and reds on all of her boots and stuff like that. And
Boots.
she lets you know that she is not actually from this city. She has traveled here with a traveling group of bards, and tells you that her full name is Marin Palewood. That's
Marin Palewood.
Palewood. Don't you dare.
I didn't do it on purpose even a little bit.
This thing hasn't restarted this time, and I'm so thankful.
We better fix that.
Do you group of bards have a name?
What? No.
Stop it.
We have a leader. Her name is Fontaine. Actually, she's a very eccentric woman.
Is she a Fanta?
You're not there.
I like how of all the analysis of what I just said, your proposition against it wasn't that what is a Fanta girl, Michael? That does not exist in this universe. You're not there.
It's not. Shut
she
up.
lets you
It's
know
not.
that she is
There's no such
part
thing as
of-
Fanta.
The traveling art festival of Fontaine du Pont.
Fontaine Dupont. Okay. I was gonna say, if you're looking for a group name, you should totally be called like No Hold Bards.
It's actually a really good name. Thank you.
Yeah. Just throwing it out there, because
It's a good name for a band, actually. No hold barred. I like it. You're all right.
yeah. You are too.
I've been here a lot, but never stayed. I want to. I love this town. I travel a lot. The traveling festival and all. To tell you the truth, I kind of want to get away from fontaine and all that. But who knows? Hopefully I can get a crest and go out there and see the world. Anyway.
Yeah. That'd be pretty
do you
cool.
do you want to train? I suppose you want to train, and this is still in the training room as you're in. Like she kind of walked upon you as you were smashing rocks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm good at other things than smashing rocks. I can prepare you for stuff like being restrained or having stuff fiddle with your mind or whatever.
Oh, that's
something
cool.
good okay. Do you? And she kind of motions for you and looks at the people that you're with and says that they can join if they want to and prepare them for magic training.
Ooh, magic! Oh, by the way, this is Kiki, and this is
Oh, hello.
Ivy.
Ivy.
And
I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
And she leads y'all upstairs to the tippity toppest floor. There's a floor that leads to a room. There's a lot of padding, very expensive looking leathers around it, almost kind of like a gym meets what?
Nothing.
Kind of like if you were to go into like a middle school gym and see those like paddings on the walls.
Oh.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but everywhere. It's meant for if someone is casting a spell, the leather would catch it and hold it better than, let's say, regular
What are you
rock or
doing?
whatever would.
Yeah.
She takes you up there and she's like, "All right,
Get out of there.
who wants to get attacked by me first?"
Me.
takes from her back and
I'm really glad that Pocket volunteered first because I would have thought for a second. And
So do you two want to just go to the side and stand out of the way and watch this happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going out shortly thereafter, just because Tobias always, hey, get out there.
Okay.
But not yet. I get to sit out for once.
So, do you want the full brunt of what a bard can do, or do you want something a little more subtle?
Subtle.
I was gonna say full brunt, but no, it's whatever you feel like. Just don't knock me out or anything.
Here's an idea. And she begins to play her lute, and as she gets a little kind of wooden pick from her pack, and as she begins to play, you kind of see yellowish greenish arcane energy coming from her fingertips, kind of coiling through the strings, and as you kind of hear her hum to herself, and looks at you, and then she begins to start laughing. And then as she screams like that, she's going to cast Tasha's hideous laughter on you.
Oh God.
So do I start laughing hysterically or something?
Well, hold on here. I gotta look this up now.
Cue the music from the Tickle Belt episode of SpongeBob, where she's like,
Oh my God. Stop it.
You created this monster.
All right, you have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Good.
Okay. Wisdom.
Michael, it's actually a little fun. Imagine the Crash Twins.
Shh.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Yep.
All right. No. You as you do this, you're kind of confused at first, and then you think what she's doing is really funny, and you just begin laughing out of controllably.
so what she does is
All right, having your hammer at your side, you just drop it to the floor and just start laughing, clutching your stomach. All right, and as you are falling on the floor, you are useless. You are incapacitated and unable to stand up for the entirety of the duration.
How long is the spell?
1 hour.
1 hour later.
It's for up to a minute. So you are sitting.
Just laugh for a minute.
You're sitting here laughing, and as you are laughing, she kind of looks at you, looks at the other two. What is y'all's reaction to this?
I just sit there watching.
All right, well,
I'm
Ivy, what
not.
are you doing?
I'm like weird maniacal laughter makes me comfortable.
Well, it's less maniacal and more just uncontrollable.
Right. It's almost amusing.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's half amusing, half.
So are you nervous laughing?
I've
right
seen
now?
this before.
Okay. All right. Well, Marin goes, and for my final trick, something with a little bit more bite, and she puts the loot on her pack, kind of clicking it into her little harness that she has back here. Runs right up toward Pocket's face and is going to immediately perform a thunder wave in your direction.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I just keep laughing. I guess.
This is actually going to be from everyone.
Okay, bring it.
How do you forget your D20?
Me.
What the heck?
Same.
If you have nothing else, that's the one thing you need.
Yeah,
At
really
least
though.
a D20. Okay,
Send
so everyone is going to need to succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Yeah, I'm really confident
If I'm
about this.
incapacitated, do I still do it? I don't know what incapacitated means.
Actually, no, it automatically hits you.
Wrecked.
Cool.
You're incapacitated.
Bye.
That's what she's trying to. That's what she's trying to show from this. This is supposed to be preparation for you. Anyway, the other two give me a Constitution saving throw.
That would be a modified 20.
20, and from you,
17.
17. Yeah, you are both successful. So you are not pushed.
Maybe
But-
maybe I stumble a couple.
But Pocket.
No, every hold on. Pocket, you are pushed all the way towards the wall, hitting the wall. You take
Shit.
hold on.
Bye.
Do you add your spell modifier to any damage rolls, or is that not a thing?
Don't think melee rolls, yes. Spells.
Okay.
You just. I think for some you just add your, like, I guess charisma is what she would add. I suppose.
Well, that would be really bad. So that is 14.
What? What was that?
You take 18 points of
What?
you
What?
take 18 points of thunder damage.
And die
Well, then I'm-
immediately.
I'm knocked out then.
You're knocked
What
out.
the
Okay.
heck?
I immediately
so-
rush over.
Knocks you.
I go
Hold on,
I-
this hasn't happened. This hasn't happened fully yet.
Okay.
Buddy, shut up. As you are
Okay.
forced back and hit the wall, Kiki, you and Ivy take half that, so 9 points of.
Jesus Christ.
How
thunder
close are
damage.
we, Josh?
Huh?
How close are we?
Are you within 15 feet of them?
I wasn't. No. I gave them space.
Okay.
Like this, I take it if this is like a sparring arena, or like has sparring elements to it,
yeah.
could be used. I would want to give them plenty of breadth, like sit near one of the walls.
Okay.
So I'm saying this because
I assumed
take
you were
the-
higher.
if I take this, I will get knocked out.
Wait,
Uh,
really? Wait, what is your health?
7
Kiki,
health.
Kiki, where were you?
I just assumed I was as far away as possible.
Okay, that's
because,
fine.
we're in a room.
That's
yeah.
fine. All right. So you see this happen, and as she does it, her face goes from like confident to oh shit, and then runs over to
Dang.
and looks at her, sees that she's kind of knocked out, and is going to pump one healing word into Pumpkin.
What is the word of the day?
What just happened?
Well, okay, she rolled really high on her damage, and she also has a +4 on her charisma. So
Cameron, the word is
I go-
really wrecked, son.
That's more than a bit of bite.
That's like a second set of teeth.
well, as this happens, at least the two people looking up, you're a little bit more than impressed with what just happened because someone just got uncontrollably started laughing, dropped their defense, and then got shoved into a wall and got knocked out in the span of 5 seconds.
Suddenly feeling a little out of my element.
yeah.
Just a wee bit.
All right, so it's gonna place.
Wait a minute.
She's going to take back her lute out and begin to nervously play something and just whistle. And is going to give you.
I did my math totally wrong on my starting health. I really.
That sounds better.
So yeah, 7 was like Thanks for kind of making me double check that because now that I thought about it, I was like,
Is going to give you back 10 health.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you.
You immediately, not really knowing what just happened.
That really hurt.
I'm so
Dang.
sorry. It wasn't supposed to hurt that much.
Oh, that's okay. But man, you're tough. And I go to rage and punch her.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
Yeah. This is playful, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not angry.
Falcon punch.
I was about to say, I think as a Goliath barbarian,
By the
your
way,
definition of
you
fun.
do not have your maul right now. This is an
Yeah, I'm
unarmed
punching her.
punch.
It's an unarmed.
Okay. Your maul is still in the center of the room.
Your mom's still in the center of the room.
That's a...
Don't stab me, no.
So I guess... Am I proficient in fists? I guess I am.
Sure.
As a
I'm
Goliath.
pretty sure I'm proficient.
Well,
As a Goliath.
That'd be 17.
17, yeah, that hits.
Okay.
I believe
Then
punching
how much
is
is it?
like it's supposed to be
A
like
D4?
a D4 -2 or a D4. It's a D2, but it's so what Matt usually does is he does a D4 divided by 2 or something like that, or whatever the closest number is.
Okay.
Your strength modifier. So
Oh, all right. Plus my strength modifier, so fine. Thanks, and then +2 from rage. So that's
are you
8.
raging
Oh,
when
did you
you
rage?
whenever you punch?
Yeah, I said I go into a
Okay.
rage and I punch
cool.
her. So that's 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You immediately clock her in the chin. She flies back and skids to the middle of the room, and you see her pick up and she pick herself up. She kind of has a smirk with a little bit of a bruise on her. She's like, "Oh man, you hit pretty hard, don't you?" Gets back up.
That's what I do.
Gets back up and is like, "I think we're even now."
Not
I like you.
sure. I like you too.
You guys can come down now. We're done kicking the shit out of each other.
I just kind of nod and I start chip.
So you
Is it
guys,
lunchtime yet?
I think we still have like an hour.
Looks out a window. Looks like it'll be ready in about an hour. They're supposed to be giving us our
Assignments.
our group assignments at lunch. So I'm actually really excited that. I hope we get on the same group. That would be awesome.
That would be really cool. Otherwise, I guess we'd be against each other, wouldn't we? And I don't know if
That's not exactly how that works, but
I have no idea how it works.
Wait, are we?
So-
us being in different instructor groups doesn't mean anything. It just means you get instructed by a different expert.
Do you know if when the
We're all technically against each other when it comes down to the right, but I've heard that making alliances while doing this can at least help you get along further in the competition.
So during the right, we will be other group.
Well, everyone's technically competing against everyone. Only 10 people get a Suncrest.
Is it
There's
direct? Is it direct
But
conflict
we can
combat,
form-
or is it we are all supposed to, as groups, surpass the performance of a?
No, it is based upon your individual performance.
But we can form a group, like, by ourselves, and then
Sure. I mean,
gets
I
us
don't know.
further.
I don't know what the trials are going to be. They're supposed to.
But like, wouldn't that be cool if we all
they're
formed a
supposed
group
to
and then we
change
all
each
like?
year. I'm
we
not
all
saying I
managed?
don't want to. Don't take it that way. It's just we have to be prepared for everything. Surely there's going to be some kind of trial that requires us to work together, and if we do, I'm there. The group that y'all are assigned in, it just depends on what happens. But I mean, I would love to. You guys seem nice, and I'd rather not have to hurt you again.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't want to be knocked out by you again. That was.
Riggedy rigged. Anyway, if you'd like, we can just go sit outside. I'm a little tired now. It's kind of sweaty in here.
Yeah.
All right. Does everybody want to go? I'll take a break out in the courtyard with Marin.
Yes.
Well, I haven't done anything. Yes,
Can
I
I
would like to
just
go with
get
them.
my hit points back? Sure.
Huh?
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. How are you getting your hit points back?
Rolling hit dice, I guess.
Yeah, this is basically the equivalent of a short rest.
Okay.
Anyway, that's you guys. Emerald, Solace, Vorksan, are you guys doing anything in this time? You have about another hour or so before the lunch bell rings. So if there's anything else you wanted to get done in this time by training or looking around or meeting people or anything like that, happening right now.
Nope. Maximum chill. Laying down.
Laying down.
Spinning a dagger.
Solace is
Also-
going to.
I didn't mean to. I meant to mention this before, whenever you were in the cafe, but everyone, all 100 people has their own little. It's not a cubby, but it's basically like a cubby, where everyone can get mail from anybody on the outside. Usually, you get mail from your sponsors or anybody who is helping you throughout your trial process. That is going to be on the side that is facing opposite to where the cafe is.
No, I want to go check that.
Sure.
I don't know about that. I'm probably gonna figure that out by accident. Where are they getting mail? There. Shit.
Sure. You go back into the cafe room. You can smell lunch being cooked. Smells like meat and cheese.
Good. Perfect. Do I have a letter?
Smell.
Want to go look and find your name? All right. You go look, and you don't find it in the F's because you haven't given anyone your last name ever. So you go towards the V's, and you eventually find Worksan. Anyway, you look in there, and you do find a little piece of folded parchment that has been put in the crack of, where your little cubby hole is.
My cubby crack. All right, sweet. Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna grab the letter out and kind of like look. What is the letter situation? Is there a lot of letters in other people's things, or like
Some of them are stuffed with letters. Some of them have nothing. Other people have. It looks like little boxes or little individual pieces of parchment. Like it's a big wall of stuff. And thankfully, they kind of organized it by height, so a lot of the taller people can get up to the higher ones, and a lot of the shorter people are kind of towards on the bottom. But they're big enough to fit a small parcel in. So a couple people have parcels and stuff like that.
Cool.
You just seem to have a singular. It doesn't even look like a letter. It's more of a parchment that has been folded and put.
Sweet. What does it say?
All right, you open it up, and it is actually from someone you do not know. It is from a. Oh, I'm sorry. So when you were looking at the cubbies, did you want to actually look at any of the other cubbies, or?
I just wanted to know like how I fared.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
How many pills I got?
How about a 19?
Damn. Okay. Yeah. This same material, as you're looking at it, is in everyone's cubby, except for the ones down at the very bottom. So you open it up. Hello, piece of shit. This is Baruch. If you don't know who I am, I'm the big giant half-orc that's probably lifting people. Don't fuck with me. If you want an alliance in the right, come ask. That is all. Have a good day. Fuck off.
Writes all of this.
Sincerely, Baruch.
I'd like to fold the letter
Did
back.
you write 100 of those?
No, he wrote like 90 of them and didn't put them in the lower ones.
It's more like he wrote about 80, 75. Like, you look and, like, not everybody got a letter, but he tried to do as much as he could for who he is.
Sounds like he threatens. I would have imagined that he
would
just went up and threatened somebody and shoved 5 gold in their, like shove a gold or 2 in their chest.
Sometimes
Right.
subtlety is helpful.
I kind of Vorksan scoffs, folds paper back and finds a cubby that doesn't have one and sticks it in there. Preferably one of the lower ones because he imagined that's for the halflings or.
Oh man. Okay.
types.
Hold on. We're gonna do something here.
I just want to stick it in there. I don't want consequences.
No, I know. This isn't for you. This is for whoever you're giving
Oh
those
man,
consequences
dude!
to.
Like half of Ireland said that exact quote at one point.
All right. You stick it in one of the cubbies, and
Sweet.
what do you walk out now?
Yeah.
Or you walk back to your
Yeah,
room.
I'm gonna head back to my room. Very, very unsatisfied by my hopes of mail.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't even been here a day.
I know. Well, and I also haven't told anyone anything, so like it's one of those like I expect to be really important, but I don't want to put in the effort to be important. So like,
I sent you a letter. At least someone saw you. So,
I guess that's fair.
yeah. To be fair, nobody knows anyone's names right now.
You know, that's super true. No, some people know some people know names.
Some people do.
I know names.
Anyway. All right. Solace, did you want to get anything done in this last little bit here?
It's all reedy brick, son.
I think Salsa's just gonna go to like all of the buildings that are not like sparring buildings. So, like approximately how many would that be?
At least 2.
Not the barracks, not the cafeteria,
Josh's.
not the sparring. What's left?
Josh is broken.
There's about
The
5.
library.
There's about 5 in total.
And what are those? Like, do I know that, or do I just need to go look in them?
After looking for a while, well, let's say you can spend the next 30 or so minutes looking around. There's the chapel. There's the library.
Oh yeah.
There is.
Mhm.
There are the bathrooms, which I'm going to count as one place. There's the courtyard. There is also a place that no one else has kind of found. What are you doing to my pumpkin?
The lights went out.
Aw.
They need to be turned back on.
You know who that is?
Yes, it's Laura Croft.
Dude, it's Wario. Love of God.
My God. Anyway, the last room that you find is it's kind of like a cross between a coffee shop and a sundries place. So this is basically like a little shop where the participants can sit down, have a drink if they want to, but it's outside food. It's like food provided by the rest of the city that people can buy and either take back to their barracks with them, or sit down and just think to themselves. What it's a very quiet place. There's a couple of like leathery looking couches and chairs and stuff like that, and tables. It's pretty nice looking for where it is. As far as the other participants you can see in here, there's a couple of the higher end ones that have nicer looking armors and stuff like that are just kind of laughing and having a good time. There's a couple that are just deep in thought and not doing anything. You also notice the Aarakocra has drifted towards here and is drinking some sort of liquid and reading some sort of notes from their pack that they have. But those are the 5 places that you see.
So without making it obvious, he's going to keep a really wide berth between him and the Aarakocra, and go behind this shop and see what's back there.
Behind the shop? Do you mean so walking into the door you see their shop and stuff like that? Are you trying to get like behind the counter, or
no, like
behind
literally behind the building?
Oh, so you want to leave the building and go behind?
Sorry, I was visualizing like a patio and like people were sitting outside and he hadn't gone in yet. Bad.
Oh no! It kind of leads to a little open area shop that has like windows and stuff that then leads out into the rest of the proving grounds. Kind of like aesthetically, this area looks very different than the rest of the training building that you are in. Almost like it was added in later by the community rather than the government and the people running the right.
That's also just going to go inside and I don't know, look at the shop goods.
Okay.
What's there?
Sure. You find a couple of different candies. Little sweetbreads are in a little display case near the front of the counter. There is a very old-looking man up at the front with darker skin and kind of a scar across his eye, but pretty happy despite how his war-torn face looks. And he's just passing out some sweet cakes to some customers, and you
For free?
look a little further. Huh?
No. For free?
They were paying for them, but he does have a little
never
tray.
mind.
He does have a little tray of samples that is kind of resting on top of where the display case is, and
Solace takes more than one.
sure. He kind of nods to you.
You're
and tells
so
you that,
17 years old. Oh my God.
tells you
It's
that.
not about the age. I promise.
It's about the attitude.
Well, have a nice day, I guess.
Oh
and
no.
turns back and does what he's doing. Continuing to
Well,
look around. Continuing to look around, there's a couple of books that look like they're pretty used that people kind of look at throughout. There's even you even notice that on one of the tables is what looks like a makeshift kind of newspaper. It's more of a one-piece parchment that has words on the front and the back called the Herald.
Can you read it?
Sure.
What's on that paper?
Oh, well, there's no one at the table, so if you want to sit down, you can read it.
Sure.
Okay, so you sit down. It is called the Herald. From what you can surmise, it is the one and only newspaper of Vestia. That it has a lot of articles in it that have to do with the goodwill and good nature of bards and how they are a very, very underutilized resource in adventuring. It then talks about how the Festival of the Suncrest is now in full swing, starting a week before the rites. Many commoners are now within the proving grounds, going to museums, learning about the Suncrest and crest fighters, gathering their tickets as soon as they can to get possible seats to see the rites. There's also many sorts of discounts going on throughout the city at a myriad of different places because of the special events. It goes on and on talking about how the city has prospered since the coup took place, and how Elise Dantius is making the town into a much better place than its former self, and how the Queen of Shields truly reigns with a fair and just hand.
Fist.
Yeah, I didn't want to say fist, but hand. Yeah. You turn it over, and it's just this is an article more kind of like the funny papers. There's a couple of bard jokes in there.
Can you tell one?
Oh my God.
There is one that is just an advertisement for a clothing spot called Sew and Tell. Come to the new premier clothing shop in the
Gosh, how hard is Michael's scowl? How hard is his scowl?
It's really bad. In the financial district. Excuse me. I need to look this up to give this the most that I want. Sebastian Morgan, owner and operator, wants to give his cloth a name. The famous fashion designer is in town and is giving crest bearers a discount. Come one, come all to Sew and Tell. And then below that, it's looks like an article about a goat that has obtained some kind of arcane power and is now causing havoc somewhere in the Crowham district. Somewhere in the farmland area of Vestia.
That's Saul's favorite part.
Well,
all right, is that everything? Did he read everything on there?
Pretty much. I mean, there's a couple of business things that if you want, I could tell you, like the how the price of a cow has started to climb, and how the what are you laughing at? The the Grissom Archives has gained a new set of guards for it to hopefully better what's the word? Better guard people's goods and their and their belongings and stuff like that. There's also a smaller article on new ships that have arrived at both the Chris Skyport and Chris Harbor. I'm sorry, Crease Harbor and Crease Skyport that are now bearing new goods from Seldon, and hopefully more and more healing and herbal shops will start popping up in the plaza and harbor districts.
Okay, that's cool. You don't have to read like everything on it to me. Just
I'm not. I'm making this up as I go. So.
Okay. I just don't want you to think that you have to like keep making things up.
No, if you want to keep knowing shit, I'll keep giving you shit.
all it needs to happen
The entire time that it is shit.
All that needs to happen is that Solace has read everything on it.
Yes, you have read everything on it.
All right, great. He puts it in his pocket and then he leaves.
Okay.
And he would also like to go around the building and look at what's back there.
So you want to go out of the little cafe side?
Sure.
All right. So you go out and you're immediately greeted by the one of the more busier streets of the proving grounds. You see that this street is fairly crowded with people, more so than in Caldera, though the general vibe of the people in this town is a lot lighter than it is in Caldera. You see people yelling about get your tickets here, get your toy swords and shields and everything you need to cheer on your favorite crest participant here. Everywhere, people buying into all of the hype and everything.
I'm sorry, it just sounded like a Rick and Morty improv bit. It just started going, and then I'm just imagining someone doing a shitty animation over top of it.
Dustin Roiland's doing the lines.
Yeah.
Half cut in the room.
I love you too.
Anyway.
And general stuff like that. You kind of look behind you, and from where you then are greeted by the giant presence that is the Suncrest Arena. It is a lot bigger than you thought it would be, but even still, it doesn't look like there is kind of an end to it. It is that size. You are just here at the kind of back end of where the training building is that leads into a street in the proving grounds.
Are there any alleys in this place?
Yeah, there's a fair amount of alleys. Most of them have people walking through them, but if you want to walk for a little bit, you can probably find one that isn't really inhabited by anybody.
I'd like to do that.
Okay, you spend about the next 20 minutes kind of walking through, people offering you so much shit that you're like, oh my god. A couple of winks coming from various different kind of folks that see you in person. One lady just comes up to you and just gives you a piece, a big clump of bread, and says, "Here you go. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day." And then walks and then kind of scurries and runs back to a little merchant outside shop looking thing.
Solace gives it.
What?
Keeps going. He's gonna give it to someone else and then keep going.
Okay. You find someone who is just kind of sitting. Leaning against a wall near one of the other merchants area, kind of eyeing some of the food, and you just kind of give it to him, and he's like,
"Thanks." Quick world building question: do people in this town know that we are like Crest competitors?
Huh? No.
Okay.
They're not gonna know that until the rite starts.
Okay.
But after that, they will know.
They'll know. So if we're out and about on the town, they'll know that we're Crest competitors.
After that point.
After
yes.
that.
Okay.
So if you want to do silly stuff,
I missed my opportunity.
do for this.
Actually, no, I need to recant.
What?
Can I take back
How far are we going here? Because it depends.
just the bread?
Sure. You decide. You look at the man who's looking at the food, kind of licking his lips, and you're like, "No, I don't want to give that fucker some bread."
No, actually, instead, I throw it in the middle of the street and keep going.
Okay, you throw it in the middle of the street. It gets kind of stepped on by some people, and I don't know. You might notice a rat try to scurry up and try to go for it. I don't know. Alright.
Retcon your bread out of a home.
Get fucked,
I
old
missed
man.
something. I think I missed something.
I don't think he was homeless, but all right.
Get fucked, whoever that dude was.
All right. So you find the alleyway that is looking to your liking. It looks like most of the people who are coming this way are too busy looking at the merchant stands and all of the fanfare going on that at least for the bit that you see in this alleyway, there's an end to it, so no one can kind of come around the corner, and it doesn't look like anyone is coming out of any outside areas. There's no doors leading into this alleyway.
Cool. Can I do some reconnaissance? Just general. I don't need a in-depth perception check of the alleyway. I just want to make sure that it looks pretty relatively unused.
Sure. If you want to do a perception check. And what's your passive perception?
That's a 9.
Yeah, no, you're gonna need an active perception. You don't notice anything from just walking in there.
That's going to be a... Yeah, I don't know why I'm counting. I can't add anything to that. That's going to be a 14.
14. Yeah. You don't really notice anything living here or people traveling in and out of it. It looks mostly unused, a bit dark for where it is, but you kind of notice looking up that there's a few trees that have kind of grown up and over the buildings right there that is kind of giving some shade into this alleyway. So it looks safe.
Okay, I think at this point, Solus is just gonna head back.
Okay. You head back into the training building through the cafe, and about this time it is now lunchtime. As for whatever reason, everyone hears a ringing in their ear, kind of like a dinner bell, even though there's no possible way that there's a dinner bell that you could hear a dinner bell from where you are because it's all the way back in the cafe. But you still hear it in your ears, no matter where you are. So you're outside. As you're coming in, you hear the dinner bell in your ear.
Where am I again?
You're with you're outside in the courtyard with Pocket, Kiki, and Marin.
I guess that's lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
I could
Michael.
definitely go with lunch.
It's lunchtime.
No, it's not. I'm sitting in my room. Actually, I dozed off, so I'm gonna be
Alright.
late for lunch.
That bell waking you up. That's a lot.
That bell, yeah, it rings in your ear.
No.
Yes.
That's really bizarre.
It rings in your ear. You cannot answer it if you don't want to. You can snooze that shit.
Good.
How? If, okay. Riddle me this, Batman.
It's not like it continuously rings in your ear forever. It just goes. That's it.
Okay, well, I mean, as someone who's used to just random street noise, I just pass it off as whatever, and I don't think about it being in my head because
You're inside.
I know, and I'm saying, as someone who's used to just miscellaneous noise, I think he would pass it off as a miscellaneous noise because he's never had anything happen just in his head.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh yeah, I heard that, cool.
Okay.
Damn, nice.
Okay.
That's
What
some
happened?
playing in character.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, is everyone heading towards the cafeteria?
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
I am. Food.
Raining, I could go for some blood.
All right. So immediately as you walk in to the cafeteria, all of you now notice on the left that there is in fact,
Everyone there's mail now.
there's a bunch of cubby holes and stuff with mail in them and stuff like that. You get the sense, Kiki especially because she is the most perceptive one, that this structure was not here earlier in the morning.
Yeah. Guys, that wasn't there before.
Oh, that's weird. I think I got way too much magic up in here. Do I have a box?
Everybody has a box. Go ahead and look.
Yes, I checked my box.
My box.
Yeah, sure.
Right at the front. I guess.
All right. Well, yours is a little up higher since you're definitely one of the taller ones. You look and you find the same piece of parchment that Vorksen found earlier. Only at PS at the bottom it says, "I think you're kind of tall."
Oh.
You're not sure what that means, as opposed to the rest of the note, but you take it as it is.
What did it
Kiki?
say?
Oh, shit.
You're kind of tall.
It said, "Oi, fucker! This is Baruth. That fork over there always lifting people. Either join my team or fuck off. Sincerely, Ruth."
Gosh, you
PS.
improv that
Wait,
entire
wait.
letter, didn't you?
What
Yes,
did
it
the
did.
PS part say?
Oh, PS says, "You're kind of tall."
I feel like I'm missing it every time.
You're kind of tall.
Are kind of
You're
tall.
kind of tall.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Just like every time you said it.
Fucking hate the internet.
What was the PS? Oh, it's. Okay, but
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that again? Yeah, sure. It was.
Kiki, you look towards the bottom. Everyone else, where you look, you see a couple of the Stop it. The halflings have that are around you, or people that are also your size, do not have any mail. But you seem to have a mail, and it looks like the same piece of parchment that you see that your friend Pocket has just looked at.
Oh.
You open it, and it is also from Baruth.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
Vorksen turns over in his bed, feeling satisfied.
sounding very violent and unneeded, and you really don't know why no one else on your area did not get a letter. You kind of feel personally attacked.
Yeah, I tear up a little, but I don't let anyone see.
Well, it does say that, if you join, it does say the same thing that Pocket says in the sense that, like, you should join me or fuck off.
Alright.
Ivy, do you want to look at yours?
Yes.
Okay, you find one. It is from Tobias.
Hey, what's good?
Do you want to read it right there? Or do you
Yes.
want... Okay.
From that boyo.
Like, is there any other mail?
From in your cubby?
Yeah.
There is a small parcel about yay big.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't get a letter from Ruth.
Okay. I'm gonna read the letter.
All right. You kind of rip open the letter, and it says, "Dear Ivy, I hope you have adjusted well to the rest of the competition. I probably won't be able to get a word in until closer to the right, but I hope you're at least making friends. I hear that's the best thing to do in these sorts of situations. I've left you a small gift to hopefully get you through this week and hopefully help you be encouraged to do well in the rites. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Father Tobias Forge.
Kind of shimmy in my arm. Like, you guys know the Shaq shimmy?
No, Sarah, what was that name?
You guys know the you guys have seen
Shaq.
videos of the Shaq shimmy, where he's kind of like this.
It's where he goes like,
He kind of like shimmies his
Yeah.
shoulders. Yeah, I do that when I'm feeling really giggly.
okay.
What's
Yeah.
the package?
And then I open the pack, and then I like reach in and gingerly open the package.
All right, you open up the top, and in it you see a little origamied rose.
That's so
Secret
cool.
admirer.
That kind of has its own little like stand, you know. It's like its own little wooden
Oh, Tobias, damn.
wooden stand thing.
Ah.
And in it is a little note that says that it is from Father Tobias, but your mother helped out.
Hey!
And if you recall, your mother is very proficient in origami. So,
What's mine?
you go to look at yours. You receive the same letter from Varuth. This time it says, "You're kind of creeping me out, so don't come close to me unless you want to join me. That's cool. Fuck off." Sincerely, Ruth.
Yeah, Solus definitely laughs out loud and then puts that in his
Okay.
pocket.
You
This guy
also
did his research.
you also see a clump of bread in your thing. This time it's a sweet bread.
The eternal clump of bread.
No, it's not a clump. It's more like a pastry. Looks like a little pastry that has a little sweet drizzle on top, sitting on a little napkin.
The eternal bread is meant to follow you around.
Like
No.
All
the
hail the
one-
eternal bread.
Huh?
Like the ones that I took from the free sample.
No. It does not
Oh.
look like it. Looks like it's from there.
Shit, that would have been sick. Best subplot ever.
The bread subplot.
Anyway,
He's gonna keep it, but suspiciously.
To lunch.
lunch is served. It is a combination of baked potatoes with any kind of toppings you want, and chili for those people who can have nothing but meat and cheese. There's also a little bit of a salad bar over on the right for any of the druids that can only have greenery.
Fuck you!
Greenery?
This character.
Greenery! Like, there's lots of plants, alright? If you want me to go into it.
Tasty
There's, like,
tasty
iceberg
plants,
lettuce,
fruits, and
there's some
vegetables.
romaine lettuce over here, some shaved carrots over here. There's also
Arugula,
cut tomatoes
kale.
and some pickles. And
Don't forget
also
the kale.
various different salad dressings.
Yo, Josh, can high fantasy and high fantasy settings make soy palatable?
No!
What's wrong with soy?
Please tell me if you can make soy without
It's all I eat.
any kind. It's not all you eat.
It's mostly.
No, if we're gonna talk about what Brooke mostly eats out of character,
That's cheese.
cheese. 10 out of 10.
That's
What?
100% cheese.
Brooke loves
You love
cheese.
cheese.
I can't eat most cheese anymore.
Good job, Meredith!
I'm sorry!
So that's not true.
It used to be true, damn it.
Used to be true, 100%.
I don't know you anymore.
Yeah, who are you? Bring our Brooke back. Bring our Brooke back.
All right, we gotta keep
I'm-
going.
I'm bringing Feta back.
I don't mean to interrupt
I
you.
eat the potatoes and
we're almost out
chili.
of time. All right, Does anyone want to sit anywhere? Before
I want to sit with
Me.
Kiki and Pocket.
Yeah.
you're still chilling. So wait, who's sitting? I'm sorry, I was dealing with a.
I'm sitting with my 2 new friends.
Kiki.
All right, you're sitting with your friends.
Yeah.
And
Solace, are you sitting with anybody? You see the Aarakocra come in, and is now sitting next to a head shaved, dark skin. Kind of looks like he's wearing almost monk attire. What? Yeah, like he has like kind of leathery tunic on, maybe a little bit of a belt around here, but not much else. His head is kind of shaved, though he has a small beard growing right here. He's on the shorter side. He looks to be at least part dwarven, and he is sitting with the Aarakocra.
Does Maven know who Varuth is, like, by sight, or does he need to ask people?
I mean, you saw the half orc that was lifting people up, but you don't inherently know that was the orc that is pronouncing himself as Varuth. Because there's a couple in here. There's like maybe 3 or 4 half orcs. A lot of them like to sit together. Actually, all of them are sitting together.
Back mentality, baby.
Okay, so Solus is gonna ask who Varuth is, and
Are you just asking people? Or
I mean, I asked someone who looks like they've been there longer than I have.
all right. Well, as you're going through getting your food, because you're getting food, right?
Yeah, he's gonna get some salad because that's some posh shit.
Because that's what? Because what?
I wasn't aware you didn't hear me. Sorry, because that's some posh shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, as you're going towards the area to get the salad, the lady that gave you the extra scoop of eggs earlier in the morning says, "Honey, did you get my pastry?"
The bread subplot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
All right.
that.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. We were making desserts earlier, and you look like you could use one. So
Thanks.
enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your lunch.
You too.
Also,
Oh, by the way,
yeah.
which one of these guys is Varuth?
Oh, he was in here earlier giving many different people little notes. It's kind of cute, actually. You see the big one over there on the left, really green looking, and you look over, and out of the 4 orcs that are sitting together, the one that is almost half to more of a
Wait, what?
And there goes his audio.
almost just as wide. The orc that is almost half a foot tall at the orc table
Everybody turn off your video. A moment.
is.
Give that one more try, Josh.
Alright,
that's
group.
sitting at there. Get the.
Stop.
Shut up, Cameron.
What we heard, Josh.
Please. Okay. So there's a group. There's a group of 4 orcs sitting at a table.
Yes.
The tallest one, who is about half a foot taller, if not more, than the rest of them. That big one right over there,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Varuth. You
Oh.
see he's almost just as wide as well. And he looks nasty, but he also looks like the most intelligent out of the 4 of them.
Great, thank you so much. And Salsa's gonna go in that direction.
All right.
And
Is anyone
Right
else?
next-
All right. They quiet down for a second, especially the big one because he's a little creeped out by you.
uh-huh.
He's like,
And I'm Varuth, right?
Are you, yeah, you, starts with an S.
Solace? That's me.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I
got your letter.
Yeah, I gave it to a lot of people. And he kind of starts looking at his thumbs, twirling them a little bit.
It was hilarious.
I put a lot of effort into those.
I did appreciate the laugh, so here is a thank you, and I give him that sweet cake that was in my mail.
Okay. You hand him the sweet cake. He's like, I love sweets. He immediately devours it. A little bit of sweetbread, kind of on one of his little tusks, kind of going on, and immediately devours it. And he looks at you with his cake-filled teeth and face, and just kind of smiles.
You look great,
I
man.
want to be on my team.
You know, not even close as strong as you guys. You know, I appreciate that you think I'm creepy. I kind of like giving off that vibe, but I just wanted to thank you for the laugh.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck off.
And then Solace takes the salad and sits, I don't know, in the general vicinity of where the rest of the squad seems to be congregating, I guess.
Okay, so you see that they have kind of all congregated on the second table. There's a little bit of a gap between them and the other group of people that are eating there. You kind of sit in between them and the other group, and a Pocket immediately notices you, like, as you're coming over.
Oh, hey, this is that one person in the cabin.
Solace.
Yeah, Solace. Hey. So,
Hi.
yeah. I found the place where you could smash rocks and stuff. In case you were wondering. Yep.
Cool. You do some smashing?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And I met this is Marin. Is Marin sitting next to me?
Yeah, but she is currently doing her exercises right now. She is in her own world.
Yeah, this is Marin. She totally knocked me out earlier with her.
She stops and she looks and immediately smiling goes like, "Yeah, I almost killed her."
Yeah. That happened.
Cool.
Yeah. Would you do with your time? Yep.
Not much. Just explore the city. Cleaned up some trash.
Oh, that's good. That's much appreciated for people around here, I guess. This is Ivy, and this is Kiki.
Oh.
My older friend and newer friend.
I take a moment to just kind of with a very concerned look on my face, just kind of size up Solace. That's really it.
Yeah, you kind of get the
like
idea.
what you see, babe.
Aren't you a little young to be here?
Aren't you a little too stuck up to be here?
I'm not.
Okay, guys.
Oh man.
A little lost
Are
after
you
that
kinda-
one.
Do you kind of go back to your food, Ivy? After
No,
that,
I'm still kind of a little rude, but I'm still kind of genuinely concerned.
Are you gonna say anything, or are you gonna go back to your food? Like, are you gonna respond? Or...
Keep trying to figure out whether or not this small child is gonna die.
Small
Then
child.
keep
He's like
eating.
5, but okay.
Tall child.
You're a tall, greasy little emo pencil. Give me a break.
He's not greasy, but anyway, yes,
I know.
continue.
No, that's honestly it. Like, I'm just... Because... I've seen Pocket take it... I've seen Pocket take incredible punch. Seems to be failing none where. I assume that being friends with such a creature would give, Kiki some fortitude.
Did you just call her a creature?
Wrecked.
It's okay. I mean, you called me a giant, I think, when I first met you. So I mean,
Yeah, but you are.
Wow.
I'm not a giant. I take offense to that.
I'm 5'8", how tall are you? I have to
I'm
actually
4'7".
crane my neck.
You are actually also taken a little bit aback at how young this person is, but also how much taller than taller than you this person is.
Wait, how tall?
He's a full foot taller than you almost.
6'5".
Oh, shit. 6'5"? Shit!
Yes.
Dude, I have to take a long kind of...
You're right, nerd.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe a little less size up than I actually thought. I didn't pay attention to your height. Jesus. Holy cow. So, no, I just go back to eating.
Yep, me too.
All right. As you're doing this, or as you say this, you hear a voice from the table behind you. You know, first appearances aren't exactly the best way to get a first impression on someone. And then nothing.
I
I
look.
turn and look and see who it is.
It is the Aarakocra that is sitting by themselves.
Oh my goodness,
God,
it's
it
that bird
talks.
person. I mean,
I'm speechless. I don't say anything. I'm just kind of like...
Sala stops chewing for like 3 seconds
Mm-hmm.
because all of his muscles have clenched, and then he keeps eating.
Okay. Well, are y'all gonna say anything back, or are you just gonna go back to talking amongst yourselves?
I'm not gonna...
I'm gonna be like, did you say that?
Turning around, you see the barred owl face turn around. Yeah, that was me.
A full 180.
Oh, does it do like the Bardo?
Sure.
Oh my god.
Or at least close enough to where, it's noticeable.
Cameron is so shocked.
By the way, I just want to
I'm so pleased with this mental
just
image
wanna
right now.
mention to everyone that Vorksan has successfully avoided the entire party for the duration.
Oh,
That's how you know he's a good
Also-
rogue.
While this is going on, Vorksan kind of stumbles in late, realizing that oh shit, that was lunch.
Yeah, are you
And-
like,
and-
oh god?
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, what is life? Okay. Can I look around the room real quick and find humming person?
Humming
You're right.
person? Yeah, it's over there by the rest of the party. They're sitting
Alright,
at the party.
cool. Unfortunately, convenient for them. I would like to rubbing my eyes, walk over to humming person.
Okay.
Hey, saw you humming earlier during breakfast. What's your name?
Oh, and by this time that he comes in, Marin has finished her exercises. Turns to you and is like, oh, I'm Marin. Hello.
Marin, charmed. And then I walk
You're
off.
really blue. I like
And
that.
then you walk away.
Yeah, charmed. And then I walk off. I don't really let her complete her sentence, and I go get in line. And
Okay.
while I'm in line, I scribble on a piece of paper.
You scribble on a piece of
Yeah,
paper?
I actually have it already.
Okay.
Written out.
The lunch lady looks at you as they start to give you food. Is that for me, honey?
Oh, sorry. It's for a new friend.
Oh, you're making friends. That's nice.
You could say that,
Please.
and I take my plate and I walk away. Back to the mailbox.
All right. She was about to give you another helping of chili, but she just
It was just like
kind of looks at it and
it's just like a potato with like butter, right?
what?
Because she didn't put the chili on it. It's just like a potato with butter.
Oh, she said another helping of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. I take my potato and I walk over to the mailbox.
Okay.
I kind of stand there a little bit and I sleight of hand it into a mailbox. Into
potato?
No. No, I want to eat the potato. What time?
I put it in the potato. Close the potato. Put it in the mailbox.
Well, let's escalate it quickly. Josh, you wanna just open that and look at the first line there.
Whose
You-
box
so
are you putting?
Yeah, I want to see that's a DM thing
Aaron.
to know, and not a thing for
Oh,
people to announce.
wait. Am I reading all of it?
Not yet.
What am I reading?
Wait,
then?
you don't know
It's
Marin's
just
last
fine.
name.
I don't. I know.
Okay.
So that goes in the
All
mailbox.
have a last name.
Which
so-
mailbox are you trying to put?
According mailbox.
I only read the first line.
She's read the dearest. Too.
Yeah. Dearest second word. Is that all I'm supposed to read?
Yeah, and then put it in the mailbox. That's where I put it. Because they're labeled.
Which
right?
mailbox are you putting it in? Are you putting it in the mailbox that this goes to? Like
Yeah.
the person that this goes to? I don't know that unless I read it. I've only read the first two words. You know what the first two words say? Oh, so you wanted to go into that mailbox.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
That's the first two words.
Sorry.
You're like, do you know what the first two words are? I'm like, yeah, I wrote it.
Okay. No. You put this in that particular mailbox.
And then I would like to take my potato and walk back to the fireplace and sit down and eat my potato.
All right. You walk down, you walk to the fireplace, and you now notice that there are two other people eating down there. There is a Goliath that is sitting right ahead of the fire, almost like he's sitting right in front of the fire with his ass facing towards the fire, eating a bunch of chili. And you kind of sit next to the fire, and every so often you hear as it goes into the fire.
We're all about to die from
Around the area, it kind of smells a little bit, but you go sit there anyway. And there's also excuse me.
Yeah, it's too bad the Goliath didn't say that. You said excuse me, and that's too bad the Goliath didn't say that.
You see another ranger who is sitting over in the corner, just sitting and eating his potato in silence.
Cool. I'm joining them in their silent eating.
Okay.
Eating.
All right. Well, as everyone gets deep into their food, you then see all 10 instructors come into the room, going up on stage, their hands kind of behind their back, kind of just looking at people, looking at everyone talking amongst themselves and stuff. And then you see Ulrich look at everyone and then kind of dart their eyes towards one of the cafeteria ladies. And then you see the cafeteria ladies jiggle one of her earrings. And then a similar ringing goes through everyone's ears.
Yeah.
It's a dinner bell ringing in everyone's ears, quieting everyone down.
Solus reacts violently.
Vorkson has a vaguely similar reaction when he realizes that everybody else heard the thing he just heard, and it wasn't a just him thing.
Yeah. You get the sense that one of the lunch ladies has the ability to Let everyone know it's lunchtime.
Dang-a-lang.
Dang-a-ling,
I mean,
motherfucker.
he's more alarmed of there was a thing in his head that everyone also heard. Like
Yeah.
he's having the realization this is an in his head thing, not an out loud thing, but everyone's hearing it anyway.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying, yeah, that's why I'm saying also reacts kind of violently.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Schnell. Anyway, so got good news, everyone. Your group assignments are going to be here momentarily. I just wanted to introduce everyone to all of the instructors that you're going to be hopefully dealing with and hopefully training you to the best of their abilities.
Oh, here comes the onslaught of names.
And everyone starts to introduce themselves. As most of you have only come into contact with Ulrich and Delric, most of you just kind of nod off after you hear them stop talking. When it gets to Delric introduces himself. Yes, my name is Delric, and as you know, as most of you might know, I am both a very skilled sorcerer as well as a very devout monk. I multi-classed long ago, and learned the ways of the arcane magics as well as stilling the mind and being able to put my energy in a fist. So if you are in my group, hopefully I will instruct you and teach you how to calm yourself and better be able to strike an opponent and hopefully be able to take them down with little to no struggle on your part. He steps back. You get a couple more names down. Most of everyone in the group doesn't really kind of give a shit. Then it comes to Ulrich after he introduces everyone. And I'm Ulrich. Pretty much everybody knows me already. I'm a fighter. I'm also a wizard. I'm not like my brother over here who naturally just had fucking magic imbued with him, so I had to learn it. I think that's kind of unfair, but whatever. If you're in my group, you're going to learn a lot of the tactical kind of fighting situations. And also, if you're someone who is a not really magically inclined person, but also kind of wants to learn a little bit of magic here and there, I can kind of show you the ins and outs of it, at least until a week from now when everyone's going to be attacking each other and not trusting each other and just trying to scrounge up to get a crest. So, yeah, that's me. Delric kind of looks at his younger twin brother and is like, anyway, and steps ahead and saying, so without further ado, kind of snaps his fingers and in pops a very, 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 very old elven lady. It looks like gravity is kind of pushing her into the ground more and more with each day.
She must be a million.
She has a cane, and she has just a little stack of papers coming up. Goes up to one of the. Starts moving up towards the wall, and Ulrich is just kind of like, "Oh my god, this is taking forever." Like he isn't noticing that he is still projecting his voice from the stadium, and then he kind of looks around and takes his finger from his neck, waiting from the. So she goes posting 10 pages, long pieces of parchment, about 10 names each on each of the 10 ones, and then he goes. And then he waits for the old lady to leave the room. Right before she leaves the room, she just kind of looks at everyone and goes, and then kind of leaves out. And right after that, after the door has closed, all right, everyone, come up here, look at your group assignments, and get to your group assigned room, and we will start right away.
Guess we do that.
We do
yeah,
that.
rush up there. Do that.
Right. So,
I'm not in a hurry to get up. I don't want to like push or shove anybody.
All right, so everyone goes up to their respective to look for their names. Does anyone want to go look for any particular list? So on each list is the name of the instructor at the top, and the 10 people who are assigned to that instructor.
I look at Ulrich, I guess.
Yeah, Dad's the only one we really know.
I don't even know who to look for.
Okay.
My mentor's not here.
All right, so you both look at Ulrich, and Kiki, you are on Ulrich's team. Pocket, you are not.
No.
What?
What? What?
Do you want to go look at it? Do you want to go look at another one?
Yes.
Okay, which one do you want to go look at? Do you want to go look at Delrix? Do you want to go look at?
I guess. Sure.
All right, you go look at Delrix, and you are indeed on his group team name.
Oh,
No.
that's weird. Okay.
All right.
Really expected to be on the fighter wizard one, but all right.
Maven goes over, looks, and finds their name on Delrix as well.
Solace looks for his own name.
All right, Solace finds his name on Ulrich's.
Okay.
Anyone else want to go look?
Yes.
All right, you find your name, Ivy, on Ulrich's team.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is everybody on Ulrich?
Of course.
That's
Who else was on Ulrich, by the way?
Me.
huh? So Solace and Kiki.
Guys.
Maven,
No.
Maven, and Pocket are on Delric's team. There's only one left. Are you gonna go do anything?
Nah, he's gonna go back to his room.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You can't just look at me and do nothing.
Watch, he walks back to his room.
I can
say
do
I wanted to
exactly
wait
that.
for the crowds to disperse. You can't just do
waiting
nothing.
my turn. Also.
Okay, you can say that. You know, you can
just
just sit there and give me nothing. It's
what I
not the
do.
real world. You can't do that.
That's the best part. Is we're in a world that you make where I still look at you and do nothing. Anyway.
Kill him.
No. There's no counseling for me. There's only therapy.
Anyway.
So anyway, I'll wait for the crowd to die down a little bit.
A couple of the other names that you guys also see on Ulrich and Delric's. Oh shit, that needs to not be a thing yet. Ulrich's and Delric's page are you see Marin on Delric's. Delric's.
Yes, Marin.
You see. You also see. Excuse me. You also see the name of the. Well, none of you would know this except for Maven, but I'm going to say it anyway because Maven is technically here. You see the name of Tordek on Ulrich's team. As more people disperse, you indeed see your name on Delric's. On Delric's side. Idra Havar, a name that's foreign to everyone right now. Idra Havaru is also on Ulrich's team.
Wait, 1 second. Whose team is Maven on?
Maven is on Delric's
Delric.
team.
Okay.
Along with Pocket and
Okay,
Pocket.
that's fine.
And Vorksan.
Pocket, Marin, and Vorksan. Yeah.
Everybody I've met is on the other team, except for Marin.
So as you see that, oh hold on. As you see that, is there anything else you want to do before you go to your assigned rooms?
I'm gonna
By
give
the way,
a tearful goodbye.
it says room 104 on Ulrich's and room 105 on.
Solace would like to see what team Varuth is on.
Yeah, I
All
was
right,
about
you
to-
go and look And Varuth is on team. Go look this up. Now I gotta do extra things for you because they matter.
Damn it, you're making me use my world building.
Baruth is on Team Halem.
What?
He is, in case you wanted to know, he is a barbarian fighter who is all about dat strength.
That base.
And didn't look very interested in teaching. His speech was like, "Oh, I'm pretty much interested in strength, and if you have it, hopefully you're on my team, and I can instruct you, and you can whoop some ass in the right." So,
all hail Big Smash.
Yep.
Crap. Brooke, what did you say you were gonna do?
Oh, I was gonna give Pocket a tearful goodbye before we had to like.
Oh, we're neighbors.
But still, we're not on the same team.
I can sit on the porch in the evening.
Don't worry. When we're actually in the right, we'll be on the same team.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right?
Is there?
Eli, remember me?
Yes.
Do I have my shit? Or did my shit get like automatically moved? Or do I have to dash back to my old room and get my shit and take it to my new room?
If you remember correctly, you left all of your shit in the councilman's room, and when you got here, you just had some clothes that
Get wrecked.
that he gave you. You didn't have any equipment, so if you want, you can go back to your room and see if you have any equipment or any.
Getting a fresh start.
Do I have any shit?
Go look.
Can I go look? Do I have any shit?
All right. Well, after this, you have to report to your room.
Cool.
The room. Anyway, you go into your room and you find in your
My old room, right?
What?
Not my old room.
No, the
This
new
is what I'm
room.
asking. So we stayed in, or we were in a room, and now we're getting an assignment. That assignment is a different room, correct?
Michael, General
Yes.
Nonsensical Hall.
Okay.
And now you've been assigned to specific team cabin house.
Okay, and what I'm asking is General Nonsense? Does General Nonsense Hall still hold my items?
Oh
or
no,
whatever?
no! Y'all are kind of going too far with this. Everyone's still going to stay in the same barrack sleeping area.
Okay.
Your assigned team is just who is instructing you.
Our homeroom.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
that's why Okay, you're right.
You're not
I was confused.
moving to another whole place entirely.
That's what I thought, and I was like, shit, my stuff. Okay, never mind. Continue.
Okay.
I
Do you
guess
want
I'll
to go
report-
get your? Do you want to
no.
go get your shit? Do you want to look, or so are you gonna go straight? The only people who have actually gotten all their stuff is Solace, Maven, Pocket. Yeah, Solace, Maven, and Pocket. The other three. Oh, and Ivy. And Ivy. You and Kiki have not actually picked up your equipment, so you're
Hashtag
gonna have
solid
to.
underachievers.
You're gonna have to do that before you go to your assigned room anyway.
Overachievers. I'm a cleric. I don't feel comfortable without my plate armor.
I mean, I
away.
could see how well it goes if I don't have anything, but yeah, I'll go get
Sure.
my stuff, and then I'll go to my homeroom.
Yo, you want to prove how good you are? Make a bunch of acrobatics and dex rolls to steal their weapon, and then stab them with it.
That would
Anyway,
take even longer.
You go to the cabin.
Are you guys playing 5th edition of the game?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. Good night.
Swear to God, if she starts busting out all this knowledge I didn't know she had, I'm gonna fucking go out to the middle of nowhere to boy.
Playing 5th edition.
Anyway, get my stuff. Report to homeroom.
Okay, so
Can I do same?
you go and you actually find a set of studded leather armor in your chest, and a little note that says from Gordar Valcool.
Oh, is it Valcool? I thought it was Valtool.
It's Valcool with a K.
Cool. Let me
Oh,
go.
It's like
Yeah.
tentacle.
Valcool.
Man thinks he's Val cool.
And the note just says, "Bring honor to us."
Oh my god. Mulan.
You want to do Mulan?
Like, fuck my ass.
Oh.
Let's continue.
Gosh.
Anyway, Michael
Gosh.
shows up late to homeroom with his shit in his hand.
Anyway, now we can start this thing.
Wait,
Okay.
did I get my stuff? I need
Sure, you
stuff,
can,
right?
get your stuff. You can go get your stuff if you want.
Whoopsie.
Just want to make sure that I have it and I don't get in trouble.
Yeah, you go get your stuff. Kind of saddened that Pocket won't be in the same homeroom as you.
Extremely
but
saddened.
but you do remember in looking at the other one that she will at least be in the room next to you.
Mm. Not the same.
So you go towards the room. Everyone is heading towards their room. You all kind of sort of walk together. Workson kind of coming behind. Everyone who is in Ulrich's room sees the lights on and immediately goes in, and everyone who kind of walked past and is kind of sad at where they got placed goes over to Dell's room and sees that the lights are turned off and there's a little note attached to the top of the door. Person can
What's
read
it say?
It says, "Please go to room 104."
You're kidding.
For real?
Plot twist.
So everybody turns around and goes into room 104, and you see that other people have been redirected and started going that way, and everyone goes into this room, and you see both Ulrich and Delric sitting in the same room together.
Yeah.
And they're all 20 people. They both kind of simultaneously say, "Welcome to our instruction room." So we decided that it would be too depressing not to work together because we're brothers and we love each other, don't we? Yeah. So we have made the apparent adjustments, and you look and there's a giant gaping hole through the wall that goes from their room into the room adjacent where the lights are now.
That's funny.
They're like, "So, we have decided to take upon ourselves all 20 students, and you are all going to be a part of our one big happy family." First, congratulate everyone for making it this far into the right. And Delric kind of looks at me like, they haven't really done anything. They just kind of showed up. Well, you at least needed sponsors to get in here, so thank you for doing that. I just wanted to let you know that I'm so proud of you all, and let's get started here, guys. And as you are all filled with inspiration from Ulrich and Delric, you all kind of look around at each other, at everyone who kind of ended up in this same space, and you're ready to be taught from some pretty crazy dudes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Look,
And
I am.
we'll go ahead and end
I'm
it there.
hyped.
Solace is like
Why?
cracking the fuck up because he did literally nothing. Like, he was running for his life, and then some guy's like, "Come with me," and now he's like in this thing, and he's just there. Like everyone else was like, "I care